I'm here in Swansea in Wales, just ahead of my stand-up show tonight. Swansea is amazing. We could have sold out a 500-seater venue easily. We put this venue up and it sold out in 24 hours. We added another night, that sold out as well. Now, some of the locals, the activists, aren't so happy that I'm coming to help make people laugh and feel better. So they are staging a woke fest in protest in the street where I'll be performing. And this woke fest will be going on whilst I'm doing stand-up. They say they want to promote positivity and inclusivity, which is sort of perfect because that's what I'm doing as well at my stand-up. The only difference is that I don't demand that everybody thinks the same as me. I don't need people to believe what I believe in order for us to get along. So we're all going to be doing something positive tonight. And let me say in particular, I'm here to support Anna at Cinema & Co. She has been subjected to what I can only say is a campaign of intimidation and bullying by the local council because she refused to enforce the vaccine mandate. She refused initially to lock down. She opened her space up to people who were having mental health problems, to the homeless people, for people who were feeling very isolated and alone, the elderly. And because of that, she was fined £25,000. She was threatened with imprisonment over Christmas. She has 2 young sons and her life has been made a living hell. So I'm here to support Anna and Cinema & Co. I'm here to support freedom of choice. You could choose to attend or not, except it's sold out. And I'm here to support freedom of speech. And most of all, I'm here to help people laugh, realise they're not alone, and to help them feel better together. So I best go get ready for my gig and also for Wokefest. Oh, hi. Yeah, it's Phoebe's here. My pronouns are they, them, or Wolfie. And I'm just about to go up to Wokefest here in the High Street at Swansea with all my activist friends. And I've heard people say, you're not activists, you're just unemployed. And of course that, right there, that's activist phobic, and that is racist because everything is. Anyway, Wokefest, we're going up to protest because that international speaker of hatred whilst doing stand-up, Hopkins, is here doing her stand-up shows, and they're sold out. 2 points on that. Number one, stupid people, ordinary people, little people mustn't be allowed to choose who they go and see and spend their money on to get a ticket. They need somebody smarter to advocate on their behalf, someone like us, people that have never had a job or paid a tax in their lives. And secondly, and most importantly of all, we're hearing people laugh. There is laughter there. She is funny, I'm told. And you know, I don't know if you know in Wales, but this is a climate emergency that we're having. So laughter, it's like giggling at a funeral. People should be mourning the death of a planet. And Wokefest is so important because not only are we protesting the international speaker of stand-up hatred, Hopkins, but also the venue, Cinema & Co. Because that woman kept her business open during lockdown, because she tried to give homeless people and people with mental health problems and people who were feeling alone a place to go. But you know what she did? She could have killed people. She's like the Pol Pot of Swansea. And so we're protesting her at the same time. But Wokefest, you know, is all about positivity and inclusivity, just as long as you absolutely think exactly the same thing as all of us, and what we think basically updates on a daily basis. So you really do have to make an effort to keep up. Anyway, I must go join Wokefest with my chums. I'm going to go and smoke some weed, waggle some signs about, and be woke with my hair. And then I think, actually, Arabella, I'm meeting Tristan and Roops. And I believe Roops' parents are coming in to pick us later on in the Range Rover. And thank God for that, because my dog's fucking killing me. Okay, see you up there in the High Street. Great, gotta go. Stand up to racism. Yes. I'm just backstage here at the venue. I don't know if you can hear the noise of people chatting in the background. Anyway, thank you very much to Swansea Police for being out in force tonight. And I've just walked right past all of your vans, actually. But I appreciate you being there. Honestly, you never get any trouble from my side. And we're very much looking forward to the show. So thank you, everybody, for turning up, and more from me in a little bit. And obviously, I'll be asking people tonight to use my pronouns. They, them, Wolfie. I don't know. So I'm just back through the door after a brilliant night at Cinema and Co, doing stand-up with a lovely sold-out audience, and then some. There were people everywhere, and kind of part of the joy of the thing was going there as Phoebe. And the police, I mean, love them. This is part of the nonsense, is just so many police, wagons and wagons of police, because of the threats from the protesters. And I'm just so sorry for those police officers. So I was waltzing past their van as Phoebe, the grunge hippie, out to save the planet with my wokedom. And then the venue, when I got in the back door, had a message from the police saying, well, is she in yet? And I just walked past all of them. But of course, with pink hair and a nose ring and an attitude, they wouldn't assume it was me. I don't know what I'm supposed to be, but it's not this. But we had just such a lovely evening. Everybody just laughed and laughed, laughed at the madness of the world, laughed at me, laughed at the wokerati, laughed at people with their pet Ukrainians. And it's glorious. And then afterwards, you know, so I suppose I do a show for an hour or so, and then I am the last man standing is my rule. And so I meet anybody that wants to meet, I do photos, and we get to chat, and it's very lovely. And one of the consistent themes is that people feel better because they're in a room together, they can relax because it doesn't matter what they think, it doesn't matter if they agree or disagree, it doesn't matter where they came from. There was a lovely trans lady in the audience, there were a lady from, I want to say Ivory Coast, there was a lady from Nairobi, just, you know, all sorts from all types, military people, ex-military people, people oversharing in the way that I overshare, and just lots of laughter, often tears, because people feel a sense of relief. And, you know, a huge salute, as always, to the owner of Cinema and Co, Anne, who, you know, she took some flack today from the protesters opposite, who were just like apologetic whites standing up for racism. There was much more diversity in my audience than there was in the little protesters who were supposed to be standing up for racism. And there was much more positivity and inclusivity in my room than there was anywhere outside on the street. So to Cinema and Co, to Anne, to Anna, to everybody who came along, and for all you guys, for all your support, people bringing me supporters of Katie's Arms, always turning up with bottles of Barefoot Merlot, bless you. So just really, really joyous. And it's one of the glorious things, and it's such a privilege to be part of, is just going about this fine country of ours, reminding people that they're not mad, it's everyone else, and also leaving people feeling so much better about the world. So thank you for being part of a very special night here in Swansea, both from me, Katie Hopkins, and from Phoebe, who had, you know, quite the outing. And I'll see you somewhere on the road very soon.